Good morning. Well, the trading day has kicked off and the local market has started the day slightly lower. But let's get to where we're getting our leads from. Well, the UK and the European Union made a new Brexit deal, so now it's over to the EU to ratify. European equities gained on the back of the news, and then traders thought, wait a minute, the deal also needs to be put before British Parliament. And that's why we saw European equities surrender back some of their gains. The major indices on Wall Street all gained. The Nasdaq was up the most after Netflix shares rose over 2%, with the rise of Netflix and chill time boosting international subscribers and revenue. Morgan Stanley also reported numbers that were stronger than expected, and we saw US bond yields rise. Gold is steady and oil has gained ground. It's now at $54 or thereabouts, so our local energy companies should do well today on the back of that. The euro jumped to a 2-month high and the sterling hit a 5-month high. And because of that, the greenback lost its strength. And that's why our Aussie dollar hit a month high, 68.2 US cents. In terms of what's likely to happen today, well, the market opened lower as expected, according to the futures. And yesterday, the market received a bit of a trim, losing 0.8%. But on the week, we do look to close slightly higher. Sydney Airport reported traffic numbers this morning, with domestic travellers showing a rise of 1.2% last month, and that was compared to last year's month. Cracking news, as it's the second time this year that we've seen growth in the month compared to the same time last year. Total passenger numbers are down though, with international holiday makers rising, which is also helping the shares to push all-time highs. The word on the street though is the stock is a hold, according to Goldman Sachs. Morningstar says it could be time to take profits off the table as passenger numbers are expected to fall. Moving to other news, last night in New York, the aluminum giant, or aluminium, however you want to call it, Alcoa, which is listed in New York, they saw their shares rise by over $1 or 6% on the back of cost savings announced with their JV project with the locally listed company Alcoa, which is listed here under Alumina. On the ASX, their shares, or Alumina's shares, popped to a 2-week high yesterday, and despite slightly better than expected profits and dividends, beating Goldman Sachs's expectations, the alumina price is under pressure and is not expected to improve in the short term. So we might expect to see some selling today as investors look to move out of the sector and hunt for more growth stocks. BHP holds its AGM today in London after releasing their local quarterly results to the market yesterday, which were broadly in line with expectations. However, BHP maintained their outlook or their guidance, so we should see their shares lift as production is expected to rise with maintenance works now being completed. So what else can you keep an eye out for today? Well, WiseTech Global's response on the back of the short seller report is due today, or it could come on the weekend, really after we saw their shares stumble 10% or losing $3 yesterday. Also, keep your ear to the ground and eyes on the Chinese economic pulse data with a GDP readout today. We're expecting GDP to slow, or gross domestic product to slow to 6.1% year on year amid the trade war. And that's it for now. I'll see you once markets are closed. Happy trading.